What's up guys, welcome back to another episode, and today's video is going to be another one about tips and tricks for coaching football. This is going to be a little different though. Instead of talking about like really specific tips and tricks we can go through, today we're going to be talking about the general skills that you'd like to have as a football coach and how they each apply. Now first off, I get it every time, I know. I've only been coaching football since 2015, so I've only been coaching like 6 years at this point, but I think I have a ton of wisdom and information that I can add to the situation. Before that, I played football for 11 years, so you start to pick up on things what you like and don't like from coaches, and I think we can talk about that as well. All right, the number one skill you need to have as a coach, it's gonna be patience. Patience. Man, it is so tough sometimes. Some things parents do, some things other coaches do, some things players do. You just have to take a deep breath, because if you lose it, you may not be coming back next year. So just have some patience. All right, the number two quality is going to be leadership, right? You have to be able to lead your position around. There's captains on the team, but coaches are even higher, right? You have to have some of those leadership qualities, and all this kind of ties into becoming a leader as far as patience, perseverance, passion, all these kind of different things we'll talk about. But you have to make sure that although the captains are there, the coaches are the real leaders of that team. You have to point them in the right direction, give them the advice, give them the knowledge. Number three is going to be positivity, right? Players, they mimic what you do. If you go out and say like, we have a really good shot at winning this football game, the players go back and they believe like, we have a really good shot at winning this football game. Now, although you might have objections to how you think the game might go, always stay positive in front of the players. What you do impacts them directly, and they will mimic you as your leader. All right, next one's going to be communication. It's really hard to be a coach if you don't know how to communicate with the kids. Now, communication comes in a bunch of different forms. You have to be able to communicate with them like over text or huddle, or you have to communicate them with the notes in film, communicate on the whiteboard, communicate on the field. You have to know how to communicate with different players individually. Some need yelling, some need friendly and passion and you know, like more of a soothing, like a father type figure, right? So you have to understand how to communicate with each individual player. It's a really hard skill to master. It takes a lot of time. Obviously, I'm not there yet. I hope I will be one day. But you have to understand how to communicate effectively with other coaches, right? You have to communicate as an O-line coach with a QB coach and get on the same page. Same thing, you have to communicate with an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator, so you know you're working on similar play situations at the same time. You're both working on a third and long. One of you's not goal line and one of you's not third and long. Next one's passion. And coaching is tough if you don't have a passion for it, especially when you're a volunteer coach, right? You have to have passion for football, passion for coaching the kids. You have to understand why you're there and why you're doing it. Because it's really easy to be a football coach and you have a winning season, but when those kids leave next year, and it's a rough year, you got to make sure you're passionate about it or else it gets long. All right, another really good skill is creativity, right? You have to be able to go out and say, we're working on this one drill here and it's just not working. It's just not getting through the kids, right? How can I mix it up? How can I change something, a slight variable or a situation to make it fresh into the kids, to give it a new way to understand what's going on? You have to be creative every practice and come with new ideas and ways to help improve. All right, the next one is going to be about perseverance. It is tough sometimes. Sometimes you do want to give up on a kid and you want to just say, you know what, let's just let him do his own thing. I got to focus on these other players. But you can't do that. You can't just give up on kids and how they're doing the football, right? You have to persevere. You have to have that edge, that passion. And that passion is going to push you to persevere through those situations. You have to love the game, love the players, and work through really tough situations. Right? Your objective is to win football games, but sometimes your players are working against you, the parents of the team are working against you, your fellow coaches, the administration of the school. There's a lot of different things that could be forces working against you. You just got to stay positive and keep pushing through it. All right, last one's going to be observation. You have to be very observant as a coach. And I say that because there's a lot of different stuff that goes on. You know, if you think about everything I've talked about, it's things that you observe. You have to observe how different coaches communicate together. You have to observe how different players react to different types of drills, right? Some need a lot of high impact drills to like kind of get them going and get their heads in, you know, that practice for the day. You have other players that, you know, they don't want a ton of hitting. You just know they're going to come game day and they want to focus on the mental side of the game. So you kind of have those different players and you have to be really observant, sort of figure it out. So there you guys go. There are 8 different skills I believe every single football coach should have. If there's some I missed, leave those in the comments down below. I'll check it out and we'll make a follow-up video based on user submissions. Thanks for watching.